Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for another review. Today we're going to be talking about the Sig P226. You'll notice that this one is a little bit different. I'll give you guys a second just to see if you can make out what's different. Alright, first off, you're missing a decocker. And no, I didn't go and just take it off because I didn't like it. It comes this way. And the hammer's different as well. So, what kind of weird 226 do I have? Well, today we're going to be talking about the Sig Sauer P226 Dak. Dak stands for Double Action Kellerman. Alright, now a standard P226 is double action and single action. So, for you that are new to the firearm world, double action essentially means when you pull the trigger, the hammer goes back at the same time. So due to that, the trigger pull tends to be a little bit heavier. Where you have a single action is when the actual slide moves the hammer and cocks the hammer for you, and then the trigger just releases the hammer to fire onto the firing pin. So that's essentially the two differences between double action and single action. The standard T226, as you all know, has a first shot is double action if decocked, and the shots after that are single action. Now the double action Kellerman is completely different. It's not a double action only, it's more of a double action only and then some. So I really didn't understand this whole concept until I actually had time to go and shoot the double action Kellerman. And just for safety's sake, the P226 was safety checked right before I recorded this video. And there's no live ammo anywhere near it. Alright. The P226, the double action Kellerman essentially works as a two-stage trigger. Your first pull that you're going to get is going to be you get that break. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and rack this. Alright. You're going to notice there's going to be two resets. One reset. Two resets. And then that's it. Essentially what you're doing is when you're firing the Dak, the first click that you're hearing is the reset for the 8.5 pound trigger pull. The second reset you're hearing is for the 6.5 pound trigger pull. And now let's hear that again. £8.5 pounds if I were to pull the trigger right now. 6.5. So now when I pull the trigger, 6.5 pounds. First click, 8.5 pounds. Alright. Whoop-de-doo, you know? It's... Why would you want to have two trigger pulls in a handgun? Well, at first, when I first heard about the double action Kellerman system, I was thinking, okay, maybe it's for law enforcement agencies that want to have an extremely heavy trigger pull so that the officers are 100% committed when they pull that trigger. Okay, I'll buy that. So that was my original thinking on it. But what it really does is it gives essentially two different ways of shooting. Personally, I've taken a bunch of courses on Glocks, firearms courses shooting Glocks, and that's essentially my bread and butter. I'm good. I love all my pistols I have essentially one trigger pull. Where I have trouble with is the transition between double action to single action, and that's just practice. I just need to work on it more. I just need to put more effort into it. But the thing I really do like about the double action Kellerman is if you want to have one trigger pull on your system, it's fine. You can just go and consistently shoot that 8.5 pounds and just shoot over and over and be consistent with it. But if I need to slow down and take an accurate shot, I just have one. This is how I shoot, 8.5 pounds. But if I want to be a little bit more accurate, 6.5. And then I have that much lighter of a trigger pull. So, you know, that's an option. Do I ever use that option? No, not really. I really don't. As a matter of fact, when I was shooting the Dak originally, the 6.5 pound trigger pull is extremely long. I mean, God, it is ungodly long. Look at that. That's about where a 226 normally breaks. And then look at that. And then once I let go, you'll see that there's very minimal play on the trigger in order to go forward. So you're talking extremely long shot trigger pull. And that really hurt my my accuracy when using this pistol. So I just stick with the 8.5. It is the smoothest 8.5 pound trigger pull I have ever experienced. It is awesome. And I'm a huge fan of this pistol. I think this is a really good pistol platform if you're like me and have a significant amount of rounds, like thousands of rounds downrange on Glocks, on XDs, on any other conventional double action only systems out there, and you want to transition into a SIG, but you don't want to invest all that extra range time into relearning the double action to single action transition. I think this is a really good, good bang for the buck, and just on the because honestly the Dak system is not as popular. It's used by the Coast Guard, and I believe it's used by the Department of Homeland Security and a couple other agencies out there. This particular pistol is in 357 SIG. Just for the fact it's in 357 SIG and it's a Dak, I got this SIG for extremely cheap because a lot of people don't understand the system and they don't understand the benefits of it, and they just think it's some weird thing, and people tend to stick away from things that they don't understand. So there you guys have it, the Sig P226 Dak.